Welcome back. For real though. For real. RESPECT, respect me. RESPECT, respect me. Yes, indeed. It's a very, very rainy day. It's been raining for the last, 2 days now here? So it's been very rainy. Rainy. I love rain. Sunshine and rain. I'm just sitting here cleaning my nails out, which is long overdue. And today we're going to talk about, I don't know what we're going to talk about today. I just wanted to make a video. This is like a beginning of the transition video, so it's like I'm very early in transition, so I'm making these videos actually for myself, and if someone happens to want to watch it, then watch it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find something relatable about it. Hope you learn something. Other than that, I'm not really interested. Part of my fasting and my time away from social media, I come to realize that I am not a content creator per se. I'm not a person that's gonna go and try to stay in tune with the algorithms and try to gain followers and popularity and just do things for those purposes. I'm not that kind of person. Okay. So with me understanding that about myself, I was like, no, I most definitely will not define myself as a content creator, because I'm not trying to do that. And then I take very long breaks from things, because if I want to break from something, I'm going to break from something. Okay. Adios, amigos. Adios, amigos. Adios, amigos. Adios, amigos. Yeah, so I'm not gonna stay with it, and plus I'm very private, and there's certain things that I don't want to share online. It's none of your business. But as far as like me switching my channel, my the core of my channel over hasn't changed. It's still about metaphysical principles and approaching life from a metaphysical perspective. That's gonna always be the case. We're gonna always approach life from a metaphysical perspective, and as we learn more about metaphysical science and quantum physics, the better we will become in living our lives holistically. That's always my goal, and that's the goal for anybody that I will ever come in contact with. But yeah, as far as the transitioning aspect of it, my specialization has always been with people of that community, people of the trans community, trans, non-binary, non-gender conforming, LGBTQ, people who are experiencing what you would call major life transitions, like marriage or, long-term partnerships, parenthood, if you want to call it parenthood. But yeah, for lack of better terms, we can use the word parenthood. So anything like that, adoptions, death, because that's a transition, And so, yeah. So I advocate for all those transitions. That's what life is about, transitioning. We wouldn't definitely not want to stay the same forever now, would we? Of course we would not. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on. Yeah, I wanted to go get some glasses. Or maybe I don't want to wear these glasses. Let me find some other glasses. Don't mind me, I'm just transitioning. Gonna be more appropriate. Oh, okay. No, maybe not. With the hat. Let me take the hat off. Hold on. Need you looking at my hat. Combed my hair today. Alright. Like, what was that about? Don't worry about it. Okay. Alright. How's that going for you? How's that working for you? You like that? I don't care if you like it or not. Alright. I like it. And so you know how people be like, oh, if you like it, I love it. Well, then you must be in love. Because I like it. Yeah, I'm going to let you up, huh? Keep on the pound and got the pound in the gap. Uh-oh. You better get it right. You better get it right, Billy Ray. You better get it right, Billy Ray. Yeah, so let me show you this book I've been reading. This is the book I was going to give to my special persons. But I was gonna read it, highlight some of the key parts of it, and I realized I hadn't read the book as thoroughly as I thought that I needed to, given that I'm a person who likes to discuss this topic and a person who likes to practice this a lot. And so I'm going to show you the title of it once I feel content with what I'm doing with my nails enough to put this file down. I've never done these and really talked at the same time, so I'm trying to connect to both. All right, so this is the book right here, see? Aloha. It's called Emotional Intelligence. Why is it more important than IQ and how you can improve yours? By Alan Goldman. So that's the book I'm reading right here. And as you can see, just doing a little bit of, just a little bit of highlights and stuff in the book. Things that I thought was important. Well, I was color highlighting it for my special person so they could read it, And yeah. And that's one thing about in your transition, for those who choose to, utilize medical transitioning and HRT and all those things. Do I want to talk about that or not? No, not today. Yeah. Not as desperate to really just shout everything to the rooftop. I'm not that kind of person. So I could care less about, how someone perceives my transitioning. Like, who cares? Like, I spent a significant amount of time online looking at the different people that were going through transitioning, and it's just my perspective. It just seemed like a lot of rushing into things, and again trying to fit into some type of binary category and fit into some narrative that they have already subscribed to, which is fine, to each his own. However, through that observation, I knew that's not how I wanted to be, because that's never how I have ever lived my life or how I have ever been as a person. So for me to connect myself with my truest form and to be comfortable living in my truest form, that would be a disservice to myself to, one, allow any external implications to influence me. Yeah. In a way that I felt, or in a way that would make me feel like I needed to make a hard, or not say make a hard, but make, how do I want to say it? Make me want to conform to something rigid, And that's what I feel about binary. I feel like the binary is rigid. You either gotta be this or you gotta be that. And it's like, nah, I'm not doing that. And you gotta look like this, you gotta look like that, you gotta go through all these different things, and you gotta prove yourself, and then people have to be able to look at you and say, oh yeah, I see you say you what now? What now? What now? What now? What now? Oh yeah, I see that, because I can see it. So yeah, you are. That's been the whole doggone problem. Excuse me? It's gotta be what now? Because you now say who? What to me? About me? So you create my existence. Wow. Thank you, God. I finally found you. Where have you been all of these days? I've been praying to you. Now here you finally show your face. You are not my God. So I don't have to be created in your image. I don't have to be created in your image. Hallelujah. Praise God. And it's not you. Now that you know that you are not my God, you can move on with your life. And I can move on with mine. But I've already moved on with mine because I thought you already knew that. I thought you knew that a long time ago. But yeah, anyway, I get off on tangents a little bit. Anyway, so then I also started to feel a sense of urgency. And so a sense of urgency made me feel like, oh, okay, I most definitely have to be able to, give that appearance at all times. And then I started to realize that there are actually some constraints. And I don't necessarily want to call them constraints. There are just certain things that are in place that make it not necessary. And however, if we're on an exploration, why the hell do we have to rush around and do this and do that? I don't want, if I'm exploring something, I want to go up here, and I want to go down there, and I want to go around, and I want to go in, and I want to go around again. And, you know, I just want to be interwoven in this thing. You heard me? So with me being the person who likes to, you know, I don't even want to say it about myself, but maybe I should be honest. Like, just a little, like a little control freak, just like to control stuff a little bit. But we working on it. Like, I really have work on to release, release, and not feel that I have to be in control in order for things to go well. So that was part of my growth and everything that I needed to work on. And I'm doing that too. And I'm being able to shine a brighter light through it, through the transition. The transition has shined a light. Shining the light of paradise, shine on me. Shine up the light of paradise, shine on me, shine on me. I like it right there. I like it right there. Move over. No. To the left. Wait. To the right. Yeah, right there. Oh, yeah, right there. So, releasing control and just letting things flow and just actually, for once, experiencing something and not constantly looking for the outcome or necessarily the end or the finish line, and then accepting this as a journey, which to me defines life, the life course itself, life course journey, So that's what it is. And so we understand that transitioning is a part of life, whereas death is a part of life, where we sometimes use the word transition to rename death, so yeah. So I bought this salad from Walmart, a bag salad, So I bought this bag salad from Walmart, and of course Walmart didn't have any decent dressing. And I was kind of over the whole idea of eating dressing, but now I'm kind of back into the idea of eating dressing on my salad, And so now that I couldn't find any, of course, non-dairy, but I did find some that I could hopefully enjoy. And so I want to eat that salad, or at least I want to gain an appetite to want a desire to eat that salad. Well, that's part of the transition as well. Nutrition, making appropriate nutritional decisions each and every day. Consciously living, right? Remember when I first started making these videos back in the old 2025, I was very hung on conscious living, making conscious decisions, holistic living. Nothing ain't changed. Ain't nothing about nothing that changed. It's still the same thing. I still dance in the rain. I still heal my own pain. So ain't nothing changed. still wear these copper chains. Okay, you know. So this side of my nails actually are looking better than they were before. Because before I had them up and growing, they were becoming something worth. I'm not gonna say worth, but they were actually becoming something that looked actually decent that I was doing on my own and not going to a nail salon. On top of the fact they were not breaking off, you know, even just by the touch of fabric. I mean, it's just, they were just almost paper thin, you know. So one thing was to make them or get them to a state of healthiness where they're not so fragile and easily tearing. And of course, I also know I need to do iron supplementation into my daily routine. So definitely will be consuming more herbs that will help with iron intake. Because I can tell you right now, since the transition, I have definitely developed some anemia, which is not something I'm proud to say, you know, but I'm working on it. I'm working on improving it because having anemia is just not good. Like, I'm always cold. And it can be like hot and humid as hell outside, and I got the heat up and running. Doesn't sound like that's a good thing to me, you know, cold. But, you know, that's part of the other part of it that we'll talk about when you're older. But no, we'll talk about it when you're older, like when this topic or this change that I brought to my channel becomes, you know, a thing. We'll talk about the actual my actual medical perspective and my medical perspective of the transition or transitioning, you know. We will do that. I feel like this was a good talk, you know. I hadn't done this in a minute, you know. You can definitely feel better about doing these vids, you know, and I can't wait to be able to go and watch my vids and see what I had going on when I first started and do a healthy comparison to the video. Yeah. Hold on, before I go, I'm gonna leave you with something from my book. Ooh, is this, ooh. Which one I want this? Ooh. So this was really good for my previous video, but I'm not talking about that anymore. You can go check out Mayday. You can go check out the video Mayday. And I want this video to be like bullying. Bullying. Oh, come on. We're not talking about it anymore. Come on. Well, I mean, what you want from me? Come on. I was trying to leave y'all with this. I should have leave you with an excerpt from my book. Ooh, my book? Do I have a book? Can I actually read you something from my book? Since you're on my channel, you must know I do have a book coming. It's coming. It's a memoir, okay? It's coming. It's gonna be a good old memoir, okay? And I cannot wait to finish it, but I also cannot wait to write it as I am now, but, you know, continuing it. And words cannot describe what it feels like to write a book. Right now I can't, since I'm in the infancy stage of writing, drafting. But the good part about that, not even good, the greatest part about that is that the writing has started, right? The writing has started. And the best way to get ahead is to get started. Oh, Mark Twain, thank you very much for that. Yeah, you gotta get started. Okay. So I got started writing the book, and yeah, you know, super, like excited about being an author, a writer. Like, I am a writer already, but you know, something that's published, you know. So I'm excited about that. My lips are super dry. Like, anytime I get ready to talk on camera, my lips like want to get dry for whatever reason. Yeah. Look at this right here. Maybe I should read this. No, that's not going to be helpful for you. I want to leave with something, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to end this video. I probably should just end the video instead of trying to find something to read to someone, or on the video, per se. Yeah, it's my video. Do I want? Anyway, should I still end it the way that I used to, with peace? I used to do peace like this. Peace like this meant, like, this is the original peace sign for those the people that don't like really know anything about like true indigenous American culture. So like, for those of us who understand, like, we're indigenous Americans, we know like this is like the original peace sign of our ancestors. And we know by doing this right here, that means a division. There's no unity in it. And our people believe in this. So that's why you will see a lot of the old Indians like this, or holding the peace sign up like this. It'll be like old tobacco statues. Back when they used to have those old black Indian, just put the word, don't quote me on black Indian, just so you can visualize a dark-skinned Indian. And again, Indian is a misnomer, but we'll get into that. This is not the video for that, you know. See you later.